Hi, how are you? It's Kathy Hampton here from Wellside Retreats. And Wellside Retreats is a transformational destination retreat and life coaching service. I provide coaching to Black women who need to move away from what no longer serves them and move into what will serve them well for their lives, their transformational life. Transformation is change, and we go through change inevitably all the time. There are many types of transitions, and that's what I talk about here on this channel. In the larger realm of wellness, of body, mind, and spirit. So, if this is the first time that you've seen me or run across this channel, please do me a favor. If this is something that you are interested in hearing about, do me a favor, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so that you know when a new video is being uploaded for you to watch. So today I'm going to be talking about a couple things that have been going on in my business, and what I am trying to get women to understand about themselves is that, first of all, I've held a challenge. The last video I did was about a 5-day challenge, and I called it "I'm Feeling Good." It's a "I'm Feeling Good" challenge. How do I take action to make myself feel good? And this was spurred up on because of the time of year that it is. A lot of people around the holiday season, even prior to Thanksgiving, into the Christmas season and New Year, struggle with memories of this time not being such a good year. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, they are so ingrained in our culture that we, when something happens, when there is loss or bad memories even of loss, grief takes almost forever to run through. But life changes that aren't so happy can occur during these times, and those are imprinted in our memory and mind, and may not feel so great. Your attachment to those memories may not feel so great. So I decided I would do, instead of a Black Friday sale, or a Cyber Monday discount, I decided to do a challenge to basically highlight how we can take action instead of taking action to purchase something or to get a discount on something, but to take action on feeling good, how you can create this and that be a part of your memory. And so for the last 4 days, today is the fourth day of the challenge, we've been doing that. We've been practicing feeling good, how you feel good, how to create a feeling of happiness, joy, a good feeling, how to even recall the experiences of good experiences, and make that a part of your muscle mind, your part of your spirit, something that is held within you, so that you can carry that around and think about that. Because we all know that there are so many conflicts in this world that have created horrible memories, whether it be international, national, local, and then personal memories that haven't been so good. I can run down so many memories of negative things that have happened in my life. I mean, one of the things about me is that I have a great memory. My memory is so great from early childhood through adulthood. My memory is so good that I can picture places, things, people really easy. The one thing that I have trouble remembering are people's names, because usually I will forget people's names who I either haven't seen in some time or they're not favorable. Just saying. It's difficult. Those are the things that I don't remember. But I can remember events. I can remember how they make me feel. They have made me feel. I'm that sensitive, what they call highly sensitive people. I'm that highly sensitive person. So that memories are profound for me. So this challenge, I'm gonna call it a success so far. The jury's out. I will find out from those who signed up. We had a 26 people sign up for this challenge, and I'm feeling good about it. And I believe that they are too. But I'll let you know. I'll report on the challenge. So um, the other thing that I want to share with you is my love, passion, and advocacy. I'm going to say that for journaling. And why is journaling so big and so important? It's like, people like to write. I like to write. I am writing now a book, and have actually I've been writing 2 or 3 books. I have outlines, but I'm actually working on one now to see it through to publication um, in 2023. And but journaling is a practice that I promote within Wellside retreats, and as part of my coaching, is to get people to realize the actual practicalities of journaling, but also the practice of wellness for clarity, awareness, as well as there. I mean, there are tons of things. I've gone through them within another video, as well as a blog post, which you could see at wellsideretreats.care in the blogs, that I talk about journaling. And I have a couple videos about journaling and why I believe they're very effective for living a good life. If you could take paper to pen to paper and write about just about anything, without any rules, then you can affirm things, you can manifest things, you can cry, have a shoulder, so to speak, to cry on. If you needed airing your dirty laundry into, you know, into a journal. Although that keeps a lot of people from journaling, unfortunately, because they believe that someone might get a hold of that information. Um, but there are ways that you can keep things safe. Um, and some people have had journals taken, diaries taken from them, which have revealed things that they did not want anyone to know about and was damaging to them. I can understand not wanting to journal, but for wellness purposes, I believe that you can find safe places for journals. There are locks, there are locked boxes, it's how you care for what is precious to you. So taking that up as part of the practice within journaling can also be helpful. So um, what I have my heater on and just went kicked on because it must got cold outside, and so now I'm getting hot. Excuse me if I'm gonna take a sip of water so that I'm not coughing. So back to journaling. Um, again, um, you can do journaling in different ways. There are ways that you can be prompted to write. There are ways to list things for practical reasons. Professionally, people journal and take notes. Um, and what I started doing when I was a young adult, when I got married, off and on would journal. I would journal, you know, what I wanted when I, was looking for a house. Um, the children that I had. I journaled my pregnancy. I journaled, when the children were young, and the words that they were learning, and then the phrases, and then through their lives, what I saw. Then I started journaling about the things that I aspired to do, the things that I wanted in my life. As things changed, there are all manner of things that I journaled about. And during a certain period of my, I'd say my most recent life, within the last 12 years, I started writing a list of things, including, of course, a bucket list, which I kind of, some people feel that there shouldn't be any bucket list, that you should just do what you want to do and not list it and just do it. But I had a bucket list, and that included, traveling and seeing certain things, and going certain places, and experiencing certain things. And I wrote those down. I wrote my travels in alphabetical order. And then would cross them off. I even have a list of concerts, or performers, or jazz concerts that I wanted to attend. Um, and so, and some of those have come to be. So when I say manifestation, I wrote it down in a book, closed the book, read it from time to time, or then, you know, almost daily would go back and read things, and they came to be. So, I call it a little bit of magic, if you want to say magic. But I also think it's timing. What is the word? It's synchronicity. Yeah, I think that's the word. How you pronounce it? I forget. But when things come together, and something bigger than me, God, the universe, knows what's on your heart, and you are envisioning things for yourself. The story's already been written, really, and you may have something to do with that. So things started happening for me in good ways, but also things were revealed to me in good ways too. So, and that all started from a journal. So, I'm going to tell you about a couple of things that are cooking with the journaling. During the pandemic, I started a journaling course, and it was well received. I had a number of people sign up, and we spent weeks and weeks journaling during the real heavy days of the pandemic, and the years of the pandemic. And recently, I started up that course again, and I will say that people got about their business of getting out more and seeing things and doing things. But I'm offering the course again, and I would love for you to consider I want you to try it out. Try this out. And I'm offering an introductory course, and it's called Journaling Through Life's Transitions. Journaling Through Life's Transitions. It's an introduction to journaling, and I'm going to leave the link in the box, in the description box, for you to sign up. But I also want to encourage you to go to my website, wellsideretreats.care, wellsideretreats.care, to see in the workshops, the journaling course or workshop that I'm having, and it's just an introduction. Within the next few weeks, there will be more modules added to the offerings, the workshops on journaling, different forms of journaling, different types of writing, because journaling can also lead to the creation of publications, poetry. It can you can use journaling for a creative aspect of your life. So we'll delve into some of that also. I will say that it's possible that I'll have um, guest instructors come on live and talk about writing and or journaling also, who can shed more light. I'd like to have some authors come in on those segments. So hang out on my website to find out what's coming up and what's new. And finally, I want to encourage you to also check out my website from time to time. There's nothing there right now on the retreats that will be coming in 2023, because they're going to be different types of retreats, not necessarily retreats that are 2 to 3 weeks or 4 days. There may be even be a day retreat or a 2 day meetup somewhere. I'm gonna do something different, trying something different into this new year, because I believe in retreating, moving away from what no longer serves you, moving away from the norm, moving away from a place of being stuck, um, even through life's hard transitions. And those include things like divorce, like losing a job, like death, the loss of someone, which I include as part of divorce. It's losing, um, especially if you've been married, were married for a long time, and are no longer married. That's a loss. That's you go through a period of grief. Some people don't, believe it or not, but some people do, and I will be speaking to them. Um, um, the empty nester who is pining for their children, will needs a place to find a path of her own without her children, because sometimes we live through our children, and when they are gone, it can be it's possible that you start grieving the loss of that child in your space around you all the time. And as a mother of two young adults, now adults, who are doing their own thing, yeah, there's not much you can say to them unless they want you to say it to them. They don't necessarily want your advice all the time. I know that if you are a empty nester, you know what I'm talking about. So, excuse me, yeah, the heat came on and then my sinuses started getting dry. So now I'm sounding nasally. Excuse that. But yeah, so the retreats that I will try, I will orchestrate, collaborate, curate, and facilitate will include um, issues, not issues, but environments for those people who just need to get away from the their normal, from their, from their what's not serving them well, what's not feeling good to them, making them aware of so much more in their life. We are here for a short amount of time, relatively, and there's so much in the world to be seen, to be done, to encounter. There are people in the world that, we may be guided to know. We don't know. But one thing I do know is that if you're sitting in one place and you're not in the world so much, um, that I sometimes that phrase "in the world" bothers me, the way it has been used. But if you aren't experiencing the world, what's out there, the goodness that there is, abundance of goodness in the world, and you are closed off from realizing that, you become a little stuck, and it's not necessarily the most healthy place to be, um, by yourself, all the time, or to hold up and not experience um, so much that there is in life. So my retreats will be a not necessarily a nod, but a pull to those people who, um, to those Black women who need to get out, who need to experience things. I keep getting um, comments, and I appreciate all comments. Please do comment, um, because it starts a dialogue. But I've received so many comments and questions about my sabbatical, which it lasted for 3 months. I wish it were longer, but that's okay. 3 months sabbatical in Portugal, and I went alone, experienced most of my stay alone, but I met some great people. I saw the most wondrous of things. North America is a new country, or a new continent. Well, the US is a new country, relatively. And so I was able to see things from the past, which, were what they call in ruin. They call them ruins when things have fallen down, and just the marvel of how things were built back in the day. You know, in the United States, we have ruins also. But we renovate them, and then we have, we're charged admission to go in to see places like, Williamsburg and Jamestown. um, Anyhow, things like that. So what I had not seen, because I am a new traveler, are new are old things in Europe, you know. And then I went to Mexico and saw newness, but I also saw, you know, pyramids. And just great things, food that, was fresh. And so, because I've been asked about my travels, I'm going to share more about my travels. I'm going to share about where I go, and what I'm doing and how I'm getting there, and possibly relocating to, and I say possible because who knows what will happen, but that is what I'm planning to do. Um, and give you information about the processes, the reasons why, exploring possibly other places, and we'll see what happens. But I plan on sharing more information, and also doing some other types of consulting for people who may need what I'm calling human services. And I'll share a little bit about that later on because um, I've been asked about, you know, I've been asked questions really about topics that we don't like to talk about, and that is, divorce because I'm newly divorced. But I'll be talking more about that in the future and what Black women in particular, because that's who I'm speaking to, need to know about divorce, property, money. No one wants to talk about these things, but I'm going to talk about them. And the reason why they're uncomfortable to talk about, because nobody wants to talk about things that are uncomfortable. I plan on talking about some things that are uncomfortable because when I was going through some of these things, um, I talked to a narrow group of people. And I actually talked to people who I didn't know very well because they didn't know me very well. They didn't have a, they didn't have, they couldn't judge. They were, more subjective. And it wasn't so personal with them. I could say things because it wouldn't ruffle anyone's feathers. So I plan on doing a lot more of that in the next few videos. But I wanted to come on today to tell you what is coming up, what I have done, and offer and invite you to take my course, Life about Journaling. Journaling Through Life's Transitions is the name of it. And I'm still getting used to the name, so I'm going to be honest and say I'm reading that. Journaling Through Life's Transitions. And it is on the website. It's it is not free, but it's not expensive either. I think you can afford an introductory course. I hope that you consider, I'm excited about offering it as well as the other modules that will come along. And some of them will be bundled if you care to do that. But it's out there, the offer is out there. And I will be happy to, if you have any questions or comments, place them in the box. Speak to you more about any of this. If you have any questions, you can put them in the box, as I said. But go to wellsideretreats.care and see if there's anything in the web on the website that may be helpful to you, including the blogs that I write. So, with that all being said, this is the longest video I have done in a while. I'm going to leave you, but I appreciate you stopping by. If you have seen this on replay, which I should have said earlier, type in replay. Just, say, I came by and saw your video. But do me a favor, please like, subscribe, and come back again when I have uploaded a new video, which will be more often. And I appreciate you for listening in. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.